Nigga, 2 minutes late. And it's nigga, and I'm already getting called out. I wasn't that late today, man. What's good though? Hello, I just noticed I didn't change my banner yet. Give me a second. There we go. Let's see. What's good with you, Golson? TK, good to see you today. SG, Kenny, the trainer. Ronald was good. Yeah, I think we got some good. I think it's some interesting shit to talk about today, man. And I just rewatched Fightland, and it's solid. You know, I'm not quite. Oh shit! I'm not quite sure. Um, how well it'll do as of yet. I think it's a good show. Um, it'll do well. It'll definitely get renewed, I believe. But I'm not exactly sure exactly. You know, it's first episode. That's all I'm gonna say. But it was a good pilot. Left on a pretty, I wouldn't say a great cliffhanger, but it was a good cliffhanger. You know, the storyline is pretty interesting. It's crazy that they're using a boxing operation, you know, as a front. So interesting. But yeah, we're gonna talk Fightland, and of course we're gonna talk Raising Kanan. That'll be the main focus point. But yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know I did go ahead and finish it and didn't fall asleep this time. So yeah, I'm ready for it. But anyways, though, we're gonna talk. As we know, Big Last Kanan took out Marvin. So I kind of asked this question way beforehand, and now that we're finally here, we can discuss it now that we've actually seen it. We're gonna talk. Is Kanan hated more than Tariq? Yes, and I kind of think it's a little unfair to Kanan right now because Kanan just freshly did his, and Tariq did what he did, you know, 6 years ago. So it's kind of not fair to really compare it. Now Kanan's getting his fresh heat, but definitely ready for that conversation. Then we're gonna talk about, you know, the finale. We're gonna make some early predictions for this series finale of Raising Kanan, of course. Then we're gonna talk Jukebox Revenge because you best to believe Jukebox is gonna be seeking revenge. And lastly, we're gonna go ahead and chop it up about Fightland, what we thought of the first episode, and a few little predictions going on that might happen in the next episode and on down the season. Does anybody know how many episodes Fightland would be? Is it an 8 episode season or is it 10? But I didn't research it. What's good, Ronald?
Hey, I'm thinking it's 8, but
More than likely, because stars tend to, when it's a brand new show, to start you off with 8. Even though 50 Cent has a pretty good reputation, you know, this is his first show on Stars where Courtney Kemp is not affiliated. Tariq I has redeemed himself more than Kanan, but they technically have the same character arc. So yeah, that's what I was meaning because Tariq, has had time to redeem himself. Kanan has not yet. So it's a little unfair to him right now because he might do some things in Origins that makes us be like, oh, okay, I fuck with Kanan, you know, or he might not. We don't know. But see, that's what Kanan is facing right now. It's fresh. Everyone's freshly hating this nigga. Okay, so they said it's 8 episodes in Fightland. Gotcha.
But so you mean which one is hated? But see, we actually know more about Kanan. We don't know how Tariq is going to end up.
Sure, we know how he's gonna end up, but we still don't know his middle story, like what he's gonna do as far as when he's bringing up Ghost and Tommy and shit. He might do some very noble things and stuff like that when it comes to them that makes people forgive him. We don't know.
It was good, y'all.
What up, man?
Chilling.
Will Tariq die like Kanan? Hey, he might, because they got a very similar story so far. I would still fuck with Kanan. Marvin earned that bullet when he beat up Jukebox. What's good, Talia? Come on, you ain't forgetting that man out today, bro. He done did everything for Jukebox since then.
When I saw your question, my mind went to where Kanan is now, and pretty much where Tariq was at that same stage.
That's pretty much what I'm talking about. Yeah. But the reason why I brought up the other points that I just made is because, that was 6 years ago. People probably still don't remember how they were when this freshly happened in 2020.
But I think back then Tariq was really hated
He was.
to the point that Michael Rainey personally was hated.
Yeah. Random niggas was talking to him on the street. Like, bruh, why you had to do that shit?
But I thought the killing his dad was just corny anyway. But I mean, when Tariq really started acting out, you just really couldn't stand that little smart ass joker.
Right. And here's
these disrespectful children. I don't have much patience for that anyway.
I'm the same way. I can't stand it. How we were raised, and I know you, your years is different from mine growing up, but still we grew up in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't. How I was raised, you just don't disrespect your elders. You just don't do that. So when I see it, it bothers me. But I'm gonna say this. Kanan is a little different from Tariq, even though their stories is similar. We gotta say first off, Kanan never had a dad, so we gotta consider that. Then we also gotta consider Tariq. You actually grew up privileged and never even seen that life. Like you didn't even know about it until Kanan introduced that to you.
Mm.
And you turned out to do what you did. I mean, we know it's mostly bad writing, to be honest with you. The reason why it came to this, because I don't care what Courtney Kemp, we can have a whole debate in the middle of live or on YouTube or whatever. There's nothing she can say that will convince me that enough was done for Tariq to want his father dead. It doesn't make sense. Now, Rock, on the other hand, with Kanan's story, the boy was lied to several times. His best friends and his girlfriends got killed. He thought his mother was behind it. Yeah, and then on top of that, more importantly, he didn't have a father to guide him. Tariq did. So that's pretty much what separates the two. And in my opinion, I think I hate Tariq more. That's bias. And I definitely didn't like that shit with Kanan. But like I said, he is a little bit more understandable. Tariq, he didn't have a good reason.
Now I do feel like in my opinion, the OG power Tariq is very different to me from the Ghost Book 2 Tariq.
Sure. Yes.
And I really believe that the OG power Tariq was better written and better portrayed than the young Kanan. This is my opinion. I'm removing the whole father killing the son piece. I'm just talking about how the character was written and how it was portrayed. And the seasons better. I don't know what season it was when Tariq started acting out.
So Tariq first started acting out in season 3.
That's where I really think he was doing some good acting.
To be more specific, what was that episode 3? I want to say the first episode that you could say that he was acting out, I suppose, was when Tasha was telling him to, give him the phone, and he was like, no. So I would say that's his first rebellious act. And I want to say that was like episode 3. That had to be like 303, maybe. But yeah, that was his first little stunt. Then, of course, he met Kanan, episode 306, I believe. Or was it 07? 07. And that's when, because Dre was at the basketball court with him, and then Kanan pulled up. And then, if you were talking about strictly acting, so hold on, are you saying that you believe Michael Rainey did better acting than Mekhi Curtis?
Yes. Yes. And it was I think that's also a tribute to the writing of the character. Michael Rainey held his own in every scene with Omar Hardwick when they was really going at each other, and the ones with Kanan too. But I would imagine 50 Cent is not much of a challenge to work with as an actor, because I don't see him really being an actor. But
Okay.
Kanan, Mekhi Curtis and Kanan, you can tell he's acting. Acting better than I do. You know what I'm saying? That you can tell he's acting.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. So I'm gonna say this. It depends on what it is for me. I think the biggest fault of Mekhi's acting that you're probably more so referring to is him doing that accent. But I will say this. I think when it comes to them being a tough guy, Mekhi is much better than Michael. But when it comes to when you're talking about the arguments and stuff like that with like OG, you actually said it perfectly. Tariq was much better in OG than he is in Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason being is if anybody that knows anything about acting, they'll tell you when you have an actor that's really good challenging you, you naturally get better because they're gonna make you feel like this moment is really happening. And then on top of that, Amari being a method actor, a lot of the stuff he did was going off script some of the time. But that happens a lot when you're a method actor because you feel like you're really in the moment. So when he did, like for the people that don't know, when he flicked Tasha on the forehead and say "Yo hands," that scene, if you remember from episode 309, that wasn't in the script. Amari
Yeah.
is up. When he jacked Tariq up and stuff some of the time, that wasn't in the script. But see, when that happens to you naturally and you are an actor, you know that one of the biggest number one rule in acting is stay in character. So when they do that to him, you're just gonna go with what your natural instinct would be once somebody jacks you up. So that automatically brought out Michael's, best acting
Mm-hmm.
doing that with him. And then you put him on book 2, he's dealing with Gianni. I mean, no shots at Gianni, but let's be honest, Amari, Gianni, not even close. And then he had scenes with Woody. Woody's pretty damn good, but I think he didn't have enough as far as because the only times him and Woody really had scenes was when Woody was bullying him, really, and talking shit to him. They didn't really have too many, one-on-one main strong scenes like that. Most of his scenes was done with either with Gianni or Mary or Latoya or let me say they real nice. Everybody might not know the actress name, but or Effie or Diana. That's where most of Michael's scenes came from, and I think Diana is. I think she's a cool actor. I don't think she's great, but she's not bad. I think Alice Lepre, aka Effie, is better than her.
Oh,
But
for
at the same,
sure.
yeah. So the scene, and to be honest with you, the scenes with Michael and Effie were better than the Ron scenes with Michael and Diana. It's just the truth. I mean, if anybody disagree, y'all can let me know. But in my opinion,
And I think too, an actor's got to have good material. I mean,
yes, very
it just
important.
the Ghost book 2 Ghost material didn't give Mike Rainey much to do, really.
Yeah. So you said Paige is better than both of them. I could say that, yeah. But look how much more experience Paige has. Paige has been acting since she was probably like 7 years, 8 years old or something. So yeah,
She was in Everybody Hates Chris, wasn't she?
right. She was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that it's crazy how we ended up going on this acting situation, but still. But yeah, I just think whenever Michael is doing a tough guy thing, he doesn't do well. Makai is better than him in it. Like I'll never forget. I'm Tariq, motherfucking St. Patrick. That will never go away. Like he didn't look tough at all. He looked weak as a goddamn grape.
That was
Like,
corny. Hella
it's
corny.
hell. Like I don't know why the writers put that in there for him. Like y'all fucked him up doing that. He's not that type of actor, and that's okay. This is not a shot at Michael. This is a shot at the writers for having him do that. Like he's not a stocky guy, that looks intimidating. So why put that scene in there for him when he's a strategical type of guy? That's his strength.
You know, he gets his ass whooped too much to be that aggressive.
Yes, yes. Like no
Mhm.
one thinks he's tough, but
Yeah,
at the same time, you respect him because you know he's smart and he'll get the job done. Like you know, and that's the reason why seasons 1 and 2, which is when Courtney was writing the show, was better than seasons 3 and 4 because I think Courtney understood his character better than they did. The writers for season 3 and 4.
yeah.
Well, you know my least favorite thing about Book Two Ghosts anyway.
Monet,
Oh yes, definitely.
when do you think we getting Legacy? Bro, Legacy is not coming probably until late next year. That's my prediction on it. Because you gotta think about we're not gonna get Origins until early next year. Origins is 18 episodes. So there's no way we're gonna get Legacy anytime soon. Because I seriously doubt they air both of them at the same time.
But to your question, most hated is probably most people would probably say Kanan.
Yeah,
Uh,
what is everybody's opinion? For as y'all can remember, chat and Grandman, I don't think you said yet. Who is the most hated between Tariq and Kanan right now?
uh, because we haven't seen what Tariq's ugliness is gonna look like in the future. I'd say it'll be Tariq for me. Cause he didn't already killed his dad, and I don't really give a fuck about that shit. He didn't really have no reason to do that.
He didn't exactly. That's what gets me the most.
Yeah,
and I guess I still see both of them. I'd be looking at the pathology of the characters. I still see both of them as spoiled, bratty, traumatized children.
yeah,
Uh, and so I can kind of, because I know we all come from our environment and our parents. so, and Canaan was privileged too. Actually, he didn't want for nothing. He was
He
privileged.
was, but the difference between it is he actually seen how his mama had to get it. Tariq didn't see how Ghost and Tasha had to get it.
Hmm. What broke him more than anything is when the family broke up.
Yeah. But I think it's so many different ways, he could have won about with that. Like Tariq, I get it. You think let's say you think your dad's gonna snitch on your mama, which in my opinion, I think that was kind of dumb too. And you think he's gonna turn you in and all that shit, bruh. What move have he done to really give you a major punishment? He hasn't done anything like that. So he's been protecting you for a majority of your life, as far as you know. So why wouldn't he protect you as the lieutenant governor? I
yeah.
think it just didn't make sense. Bro.
I think the part we missing about that though is the fact that his mom played a huge role in influencing him on that too. So motivation was weak, but I guess he loved his mama. Shit, it's kind of like Kanan. Hell, Kanan loves his mama. Shit.
Young Menace was good. Tariq basically cried to Ghost in season 3 about moving in with Angela, and they hugged like shit was gonna change. Ghost didn't change a single fucking thing. Uh, well, this is the thing. Let's say the whole story now. Tariq said something about him moving in with Angela having them meet her, and he didn't say nothing to them about it. So it seemed like to me, he was like, "Damn, bro, you could at least talk to us about it. Like you just threw it in our face like it was just okay."
Yeah.
Exactly, Ali. Their mind wasn't gonna send that mind to no prison.
You know, the internet is really upset about Kanan killing Marvin.
Oh yeah,
I I watched it again,
I
and
watched it like 2 hours.
I still haven't felt nothing in
Me
that.
either.
Um,
I
and
feel so
one show tried to roast me over that because I said I didn't feel nothing. I said it was poor writing. Not I maybe I'll get what I'm looking for in the next episode if Jukebox actually displays some emotion. I think she will. I would feel that. It was just like
I
I
think
told y'all when Monet got gunned down. I didn't feel nothing about that, but I felt Kane.
yeah.
I felt his response just like with Lou. I felt Rock's response. She was holding him. We saw him pass, but just to see bullets going through somebody, that didn't do nothing for me. It just didn't.
I think it's crazy that she's about to do this in just 2 episodes. But I think Jukebox might steal the show in 2 episodes because Marvin has dominated this season so far.
Yeah, it seemed like it would be that transfer into energy.
Because everybody was
All
happy
right,
that
bud.
she had Snaps and Pop weekend. And then if she does what she got to do this next season, as far as the situation with Marvin, I think she could. Shout out to
So
my Facebook people, man.
are we on predictions now? So who was the most hated?
Go to.
Did we draw a conclusion? Is it
Let me exit the. Hold on, one more time, chat. Who do y'all hate? Let's go ahead and get a measure on it. Who do y'all hate more, like Tariq or Kanan? And we strictly talking about Tariq freshly off killing Ghost, and now Kanan freshly killing both of his goddamn uncles. So we got a vote saying Kanan, Kanan, Kanan. Damn, Kanan. Damn. This nigga said Noma. All right, if we're not talking about Noma, between the two, nigga. But I agree. Noma was very satisfied. That bitch finally got killed. So Joe said Tariq.
Man, y'all just prisoners of the moment, man.
That's
That's
what I
all it
believe.
is, man. Yeah.
That's why I say it ain't really. It's kind of not fair to Kanan right now because his just freshly happened. But
would you say that Tariq has kind of expressed some remorse?
not really. Not really. I don't think that
Even,
nigga.
even when he admitted that he is like his dad, or
Yeah, yeah. But I don't necessarily look at that as him being remorseful. I think he kind of did as the seasons passed, realize why Ghost did some of the stuff he did. Because he even said that at the end, the finale of the first season, when he was talking to Tommy, he was saying, he did what he had to do, and he was pointing at, Ghost's grave. Tariq has a strong fan base, and OG Kanan has a lot of love too. Kanan worse than Tariq. But for all of y'all, but before we close this out, I just want to say this. Y'all don't agree that Kanan kind of has a reason to turn out the way he turned out, and Tariq doesn't?
Well, that's the point of the whole series, was to show us how we got to that Kanan in
Right.
OG Power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, the writers did a pretty good job at telling that story of how he got there. Let's say Kanan was already in the lifestyle when he was around it, but Tariq wanted to be in the game when he no. Yeah. But anyways, though, good segment. I'm gonna head on to early predictions for um, Raising Kanan. Last episode, we seen the trailer, and I'm gonna say this according to the trailer. I already did my trailer breakdown. I just haven't put it out yet. But if you look at the trailer, almost every shot that they have Kanan in, he's looking very remorseful, like he's ashamed or out of it for what he did. Almost as if what Marvin said to him came back instantly. He's like, you gonna see me in your nightmares. Cause like, pay attention to him. I'll just put up a few shots of every single image they had of Kanan in the trailer. Like he looks like he's dozing off in space. Like he like, damn, I really did that. Here's one of them. Let's see. Here's another back at his apartment. Looks like he's like, damn, bro. And then on top of it, I think he's gonna feel it even more because Snaps it for, because I know a lot of y'all believe that he did it for the business with Snaps and Pop. And now he's gonna figure out that Snaps and Pop is dead, so he didn't even have to do that shit. And then of course when he was looking at the, he at the funeral, looking down at it, I can almost guarantee when they show this scene, you're gonna be seeing flashbacks of him when he shot him when they do this scene here. Kanan is gonna feel like a dummy when he finds out Snaps and Papa. Yes, that's gonna crush his ass. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a situation where Jukebox goes to Kanan right after she leaves, because we just saw her at Rock's place, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna tell Rock that she got him. And then they probably are gonna get together. Perhaps it wouldn't shock me if Rock and Jukebox went to Kanan and say, we got, Jukebox told him, I got Snaps and Pop today. That nigga face gonna be like, he gonna be shook. He gonna be like, damn, bro. So you telling me I could have just not did that shit? Cause this photo here, people, it wouldn't shock me if this is when Jukebox just left his place. Like he just closed the door and now he's looking in space. He like, fuck.
So, okay, we don't know the timing of Jukebox finding out that Marvin is dead.
True. I think it's gonna be a little later.
But she left the kill and went straight to Rock.
Yes.
Okay.
And she probably gonna go to Kanan next because she's gonna at least tell him, "Hey, I understand you didn't want in on it, but I got revenge for Fame."
That would make him look real stupid.
It would make him look.
Yeah.
And I think, don't you think this would be what's on the screen right now? Would be the face of a nigga that, like, bro, I'm dumb as hell.
But he always looks stupid though. But anyway, yeah.
He gonna be like, God damn, bro. And then I'm gonna have to deal with that crazy bitch coming after me when she found what I did. Because this is the thing for the people. Because when I made, I think on the last line, a lot of people were saying Jukebox is never gonna find out because there's no way she's gonna forgive him if she truly knew. Think about this for a second. Y'all, she just did a whole investigation to find out Snaps and Pop was the one who put down Fame. That case was almost dead, completely dead. And she found that out. You really think she's not gonna find out who killed her father? And that shit is like in the fresh, and she's gonna care about that more than she care about Fame? Y'all folks are crazy if you believe she's never gonna find it. So what we should be discussing is what is she going to do when she finds it? Or we can discuss how she's going to find out. So this is what I told y'all already kind of what it is. I'm going to make a whole video on that as well. But I'm pretty sure Rock and Jukebox will probably work together. I'm certain that Juke will still be working. It's gonna be a image where she's working the bar or some shit. So that means she's still working with, Rock to a degree. Because keep in mind, she didn't want to work with Rock at first because she was still on the fence whether or not she put down Famous and Crystal. But now she knows for sure she didn't. She's going to be willing to work with it.
Now you just mentioned Crystal.
Uh-huh.
Nobody has mentioned Crystal.
It's crazy, but yeah.
And that's one of my questions. Why has there been no mention? Are we just supposed to, is Kanan just supposed to assume that because that's all Jukebox been talking about is Famous. Is Kanan supposed to assume that they killed both of them?
Yeah.
See, and I think it's a plot hole to not mention Crystal with the Fame murder when the Crystal murder was the reason why Kanan went after Rock in the first place. It was because of the black woman coming out the building. Jukebox told him that, and that's when he went all ballistic and went after his mama. You just want me for yourself.
Uh-huh.
It was all about Crystal.
So
and
yeah,
nobody's mentioned her. I haven't heard her name even mentioned this season.
It hasn't.
And some other folks said, well, that don't matter no more. Well,
So what would be Breeze's response to his uncle and auntie being dead?
I think initially he's going to think Kanan did it because of Famous.
It would make the most sense.
Yeah, because he said, I ain't took them out. And that's really enough. How much dedication do they need?
But here's the thing. Kanan can alibi himself from that. Because all he got to do is tell Breeze, I was across town killing my fucking uncle. How the hell I kill your uncle? Think about it. That's all he got to do to alibi himself. Now he ain't got to say that in the room with Jukebox and Rock, obviously. But
Kanan didn't have no trouble telling Unique that he killed his brother.
mm-hmm.
And I don't think he would have any trouble with but he didn't do it. But said Breeze thinks he did. Breeze is probably okay with it because they was finna replace him.
I think he'll be okay with it eventually. But I think I don't know. Because it seemed like to me he still had love because he's a family guy. I think Breeze is the type that he's very ruthless, but he's not like that towards his family. Because to me, everything that we have seen so far, when it comes to family, it doesn't seem like he's doing anything grimy towards them. It seemed like to me he was hurt that they was trying to replace him more so than him being angry. That's my assessment of it.
Yeah, the way I said it, that's the first time we've seen Breeze vulnerable.
Right, because he cares about family. So I think he would care about his uncle and auntie being killed. And then he probably will question Kanan about it. But like I said, he can alibi himself by saying, I killed my uncle around that time. So that's going to let Breeze know, okay, it wasn't Kanan, then who the fuck was it? Who knows? Because we know, I believe for sure he's going to go after them white boys for snitching on him. But they showed him in the trailer quite a lot. Like it was like 3 different images of him shooting somebody with that silencer on. So are we sure all of those images is him shooting those white boys? Or could some of the other ones be someone else that he maybe suspect to have killed his uncle and auntie?
That's a good point.
He was vulnerable because he's not a real hustler for real. Snaps and Pops just gave him the blueprint. Man, Breeze, I've been trying to take up for you, man. But you have been making it a little hard for me. But hey, you gotta give him this though, Kenny. He served them niggas in that gunfight. He told he had so that's the first time I ever seen Marvin run from anything. And that nigga made Marvin retreat.
And he killed all of them by himself, didn't he?
Now he had at first I thought he did too, but it was a few of his homies there too.
Okay.
But most of them, yeah, he killed them. What's good, Hazy? Who were Snaps and Pop gonna replace Breeze with before they? A lot of people asking that, and I told y'all they answered that. They didn't have anyone. They just told him that.
Pop said, well, Snap said we're gonna have to suit up and do something. They just
they're pretty much saying themselves, but they ain't really had nobody. Yeah.
And who knows, they may have just did that and to get his attention, and then later on bring him back in.
Yeah.
But it was like Marvin wasn't in the game anymore at the time, but he did some similar to me. Yeah, Marvin's game definitely wasn't. His head wasn't in the game no more. He was down with that shit.
He said it was. He said it was. He wasn't in the game.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, what did y'all think of that scene, or what when he was talking to Rock, saying, this guy said Breeze is Sorry's most overrated character in Power History. Hey, I'm starting to think they gonna tell more of his story in Origins. That's what I'm so much. That's what I'm convinced of. They
I
didn't cause
think
they didn't want him to dominate Kanan's storyline too much.
I like the way Breeze is being written. I think we're getting pretty much what we were told about him.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is people. He's not what I guess most of them would suspect. They thought he was gonna be a
Or,
straight killer, just dropping a lot of people.
or rather what they expected. And see, and that's part of what I like about it. He's there's more to him than that.
Hey, I did tell you that, bro. But hey, I'm just saying. He said Kanan all day, the worst little bastard. Hey, see, Ghostin said he been turning up. To me, I like the character. People want what OG Ghost and Kanan said about him, but it's our point of view, what we see of him. Yeah, but yeah, so I suspect if y'all had to come up with a ending before we go to the next segment, an ending for the series, just your prediction right now of how they're gonna wrap it all up. What's the ending?
Shit, him meeting Tommy and Ghost.
You went right in the direction I was gonna go.
Who meeting Tommy and Ghost?
Kanan.
Kanan.
I would say they already there.
Yeah, but they not showing him. He's saying showing him.
Well, that's different from meeting them. But I when I heard about the lookouts, the one where they were supposed to be, and we know they were lookouts for Canaan when they were
Yeah.
kids. That's when I've always figured it was probably already there. Uh,
Well, they meet him this year. That's one thing we know. Sasha Penn said they meet at the age of 12, and if they're 12, we do the math. We know that they meet this year, 93. So we could see you know, the meeting when they first meet him, or they could have already known him, and this is just the first time they showing. But I think it's gonna end with something like that. Ghost and Tommy coming to the fold, Kanan, you know, guiding them. Rock is gonna be out the picture. It's gonna be it might even be now it can't be a time skip if they meet at 12, unless they do a time skip and they've already known them and they just showing them in like 90, 94, 5 or whatever. Last thing before we move to Jukebox Revenge. Do they show um that Breeze is dead this final episode?
no, I wouldn't be I wouldn't think that would be satisfying at all.
This by saying hopefully. Hey, even if they do it, like I said, they don't show him get killed. He just they just show something indicating that he's dead. And then the story get told in order because 100% flashbacks is gonna happen.
Well, I mean, they got what 50 minutes to wrap up Raising Kanan. Uh, then you want to add a 3-year time jump. But if that little Tommy boy whose mama was broadcasting if he's actually in the episode, then he's younger than a 16 or 17-year-old Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
They,
So,
they got a lot to do. Because
so for me, I think they might just extend this last little episode. Not a whole lot, but a little. Maybe push it to like an hour 10, and then I can see the first half, more a majority of the first episode being spent. I mean, of this episode being spent wrapping up the aftermath of Marvin's death, Rock's fate, Jukebox getting her revenge, um, the Italians getting hit with the Rico, and all of those things. And then towards the end, maybe the last 5 minute ish, they showing Kanan with, his with Ghost and Tommy and how things are going. Might even get a young Angie, maybe, because at this time period she would be around. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe Ghost's father gets seen, maybe. But either way, I think I can see something like that going on. And what is that, hour and 10? You had. We'll be lucky if we get a whole hour. Hey, they might do that. You never know. They might do. I'm hoping for it. He said facts. We get 50 minutes.
I don't think it's going to be any longer than any of the rest of it. It's just rushed. But he promised we'd be satisfied. But I don't know. But I don't get. Explain this. What you mean by this topic, jukebox revenge?
So,
For Marvin.
yes, sir. So, 100%, Jukebox is going to be looking for revenge from Mark. So, the first thing she's going to do, I would suspect, once she finds out he was killed, is she's going to start shaking the trees to try to find out who did it. And what's the best ways for her to find out who did it? She's going to look at the biggest suspects, which were more than likely. She knows it's not her auntie Rock. She was at home. She's going to probably be looking at Kanan, which is obviously the person who did it. The mafia would be people to look at. Now, this is something that I could see happening. Let's say while she's at Rock's house, that somebody comes and deliver the news, or let's say a phone call is made to deliver the news, and Rock and Jukebox gets the news together. And Jukebox starts wondering who could have possibly have done it. Well, instantly, Rock is gonna think, "Damn, Kanan the Hoogland man did it." So she's gonna start throwing other people in Jukebox direction to look at to save this nigga, because she's gonna do that. She's also gonna read that letter. So we know she's gonna meet with Flossie. Flossie, at first, initially, I said she's probably going to kill Flossie. I changed my mind on that. After looking at the trailer more and thinking it over more, I don't think that's going to happen. Flossie is going to give her some good advice. And that's probably what was in that letter. In that letter, Marvin probably told her, Flossie is good people. She'll probably look out for you. Because keep in mind, before Marvin died, he told Rock to her face that he don't believe she cared about him. So if he believes she don't care about him, he damn sure don't think Rock cares about Juke. So who is the one person that's left that he feels like he can trust? Flossie. So more than likely, that's she's gonna get sent to that her way. It might help Juke figure it out who the fuck did it. It could happen. And Jukebox knows Kanan very well. I don't think Kanan's gonna be able to lie to her face and she believe it. I don't know. I could see a situation where Jukebox don't even go to Marvin's funeral. Now, y'all might disagree with this, but it could be so painful to her that she doesn't go. She's more so concerned about who the fuck did it. And that could be how maybe, Kanan is able to go to the wake and view him and stuff like that. Because more than likely, Rock is going to tell Kanan, look, you need to do everything that you can to look normal. Because Jukebox find out you did that shit, she coming for you. You best believe.
I mean, that you throw out so many different possible scenarios, but the one where you lost me was, I don't think they would immediately suspect Kanan because it's too much going on. Everybody is after Rock and her operation and Marvin. The mafia is the most obvious suspect because they didn't all threaten her. Okay, Flossie, I could see her being mentioned in the letter. I was thinking the same thing because it doesn't look like a confrontation that her and Juke is having. Not a bad confrontation. They talking about family, right?
Right.
I don't see Kanan being the first suspect.
So
I really don't.
I'm not saying he's going to be the first suspect, but what I am saying is that Jukebox knows Kanan very well. He's not going to be able to lie to her because when he does, she's going to know. So the problem is he's going to have to avoid him. And once she finally do have that confrontation with him, she's going to know. Now, she might not make a move on it immediately because she don't know 100%, but like she knows this nigga. And you also got to think about she can't. There's no way she's not gonna think in her head. My daddy did beat the shit out this nigga. I saw it with my own eyes. So
Rock is gonna have to tell Jukebox some more stuff about what's going on. I don't think Jukebox really knows the extent of the danger that they're in, that her and Marvin was in.
and that's what Rock's gonna do. Because, like I told you, she's gonna try to throw any and everybody in Jukebox's direction to make her not think about Kanan. But when she finally has an interaction with Kanan, Kanan is gonna look guilty. I can see a possibility that they go quite a while without seeing each other.
What would make Rock look in Kanan's direction instead of the mafia?
Well, she probably wouldn't instantly think it. Rock probably wouldn't instantly think it either. But she also knows that he killed one uncle, shit, the motherfucker could kill him too. Cause she's gonna go and talk to Kane. We know that for sure. We've seen a couple of scenes. We also know Rock is at the fence. So they're gonna have a confrontation. So if Jukebox is gonna be able to tell when he's lying, I'm pretty sure Rock is gonna be able to tell when he's lying too. So maybe she'll figure it out at the fence. And then we hear that we hear Rock and Kanan talking when he says we can't right all that wrong. What was he talking about? You think it's just the lies and the Lou situation, or do you think Rock is talking to him because she knows he killed Mark?
I always heard it like he was just talking about everything that's been going on for the last 2 years. Everything he's experienced was really wrong. That's how I heard the scene.
So here's another person that could do some damage. The pastor. We know he's in the area. Now, did he see anything? Probably not. Could he have possibly seen the car take off? Maybe. Kanan's not the matter of fact. What car was Kanan driving when that nigga went to go kill Mark?
It wasn't the one Breeze bought him.
It wasn't. I didn't think so. So maybe the pastor saw the car or some shit like that, and he can say, "I did see a car" and describe it in the area. He just saw Marvin there dead. Obviously, more than likely, they're gonna say it's no cameras in the church because I can't see them making it so easy that they caught Kanan on camera. But the pastor might play an important role in helping her figure it out.
That's who I was looking for in that scene because Marvin was saying the pastor be back,
Right.
and I really was waiting on him to walk in and mess it up or get killed himself. I was always saying Kanan was going to kill the pastor, but if they pick up right where they left off like they usually do, maybe he did see something. But see, that still raised the question about why does we know when we get to the end of Kanan and Jukebox, she wasn't treating Kanan like somebody who killed her daddy.
Yeah.
So I'm falling in that mind that Juke never knows for sure that what Kanan did.
It's no way, bro. I think if they write it that way, I would say that's terrible writing.
That she doesn't know.
Yes, that's terrible writing.
So then they gotta fix it where she somehow forgives him.
Yes, that's the solution. That she will forgive him. But that's why I've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all didn't want to hear it when I said it last time. But I'm telling you, a great possibility could be that she goes eye for an eye, make you feel the same pain I'm feeling.
I still don't want to hear it.
I know you don't want to hear it. But I'm just saying that would make sense. But hey, also her never finding out if it happens like that. I just think it's kind of crazy because of how she was able to figure out the famous situation. Because the police get involved. Let's say she asked Garcia to help her out with her dad, even though Garcia said he's done. I could see Garcia having a heart, be like, damn, she just lost her dad. I'm gonna help her with it. And he does some digging to figure out all of the potential suspects. Like, sure, the biggest play for Rock and Kanan would be to pin it on the mob because they obviously have a lot of motive. But we do also know that Rock is gonna sit down with Stefano. Think about that. So if they're gonna pin this shit on the mob, why the hell is Rock sitting down with him? Only reason I see Rock sitting down with Stefano is because she is trying to catch his ass on the wire. That's my opinion. Because it don't make no sense other words of why she would be meeting him.
That would be good, but all they wanted from Rock is the nature of her relationship with Stefano and Pino.
True. But if she can get that nigga dead to right, confessing, that's even better. But hey, we know they're meeting. That's one thing for sure. They're meeting. And if Stefano knows that he's the number one suspect for killing Marvin, he wouldn't meet with fucking Rock. I know I wouldn't. So that means they probably looking at somebody else.
Could she just be going to confront him as if he did kill him?
I don't understand why you would even have a meeting with that motherfucker.
Rock is arrogant and cocky as hell.
I'm not talking about Rock. I'm talking about Stefano.
But you said she gonna meet with Stefano, right?
Yes, but I'm saying I understand why Rock would want to meet with Stefano.
Okay.
What I'm saying, what I don't get is why would Stefano want to meet with Rock when he wants her dead? And the news had to have made it to him that Marvin's dead. So in my head, me thinking about this, nothing good can come from this.
Okay, look, let me ask you to back up a little bit and fill in another gap. Okay. Going back to jukebox. The way I see it, jukebox has got a couple of issues. Amber still might be in the story because she knows jukebox. Although Marvin is dead now, but Amber did meet jukebox, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they could come back questioning Juke, but I don't think that'll happen. But just time. They ain't got time.
I mean, if they think it was Marvin, then why would they be
But
talking about
Garcia said they know it's Marvin. They looks like they know it's Marvin. That's the way Garcia was talking. Now Marvin's dead, but now the police they would have to want to talk to Juke, I would think. But these police are sorry anyway. We know that.
I just don't think for me, if my case goes cold, if I know who did it, and it's not like this nigga killed a federal judge or he killed somebody that's very meaningful that matters. He killed some random fucking white people at a house.
Okay, when you said cold, that's okay. You fill in that gap. That makes sense to me. That if the primary suspect is dead, that's probably the end of it.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But yeah, so back to Juke, like I said, I think narrowing it down, if I'm her, I would narrow it down to all of the suspects and then find out where was they whereabouts on the day. Like the mob, it'd be kind of hard to figure that out because they're not going to just let her get around it. So that actually helps Kanan, and it helps Rock, who's gonna be trying to protect Kanan. Keep in mind, the name of this episode is Unconditional Love.
Mm-hmm.
So I know when I think about that, this is gonna be somebody's undying love that no matter what it is you do, I'm gonna always love you and I'm going to always protect you. And it has to be referring to Rock and Kanan. So with that being said, um, I like I said, I don't see. I just hope the writers don't do that shit. That's just my opinion. That she never finds out who did it. The case just goes cold. I mean, I guess that would make sense of why the tensions would be there between OG Power, because she always not sure if he did it or not. But only way Kanan could get Jukebox off his trail is if he has an airtight alibi. And who could he use to alibi him? Can't use Rock. She went to Rock's house. Breeze, I don't think Jukebox would give a fuck about what Breeze had to say. She'll think that nigga was lying. It got to be somebody that Jukebox would trust for it to be the truth. That actually makes sense. Aisha, why would Aisha lie for Kanye? She's not going to do that. So I'm trying to
That,
think.
that's another gap. Is Aisha, because everybody been asking why did they even bring her back?
I
I
agree. Why
I
did
just I just think she was a plot device, but we didn't need more proof of how cold Juke and Kanan had become. But they was really cold to this girl.
so? The person that I was gonna say that probably would be the best alibi that might do it for him would be Jarita. And here's the thing: this is how they could possibly pull it out. Because this is I forgot to say it in the early predictions, but I think Jarita is gonna finally, announce that she's pregnant. She's gonna find out she's pregnant next episode. So if she calls Kanan and finds out that that she's pregnant, Kanan immediately goes to her. When Jukebox goes to question him about it, he can say, "I was right here with Jarita. Oh fucking God." And then Jarita agrees and be like, "Yeah, we've been here talking about the pregnancy. The emotion of the pregnancy would probably throw Juke off and be like, yeah, okay, it wasn't him." But still, I don't know, man. I still don't know if that's enough because eventually, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, I just can't see her not finding out who did it. That's just my opinion.
I mean, well,
What he say? Scooby Doo gonna say it was cards.
now Dion is got a question, Detective Garcia. That was my next gap. Okay, so Juke had a major kill. Surely Garcia would consider her the a likely suspect in killing Snapping Pop. Could he still be a problem for Jukebox?
Who? Garcia?
I said, yeah,
He would be a problem. How?
because he gave her the information that Snap and Pop killed Fame, and
Okay.
now they dead. The next day they dead.
So you're saying he comes after them? I mean, he comes after Jukebox because of that.
Well, at least I think he would confront her on it. So would she still end up having to kill him? Is that a loose end?
I hope so.
Because
I really,
at this point, I think she would kill anybody.
I really hope you're right because if that's the case, DeMarcus owed me 100. I really hope that turned out to be true. Y'all can't tell me Kanan don't be sounding like Scooby Doo. He got
And then this man being dead in a church that might get some police attention. I mean, the feds been after Marvin and Rock for a while now.
yeah. So
His murder should get some attention, even more than Lou's guy.
so
And
I'm wondering.
and Ruben still laid out in the street somewhere.
Hey, they ain't mentioned that nigga.
Hell no.
So I just think, bro, in order because crazy, she still don't own the title as crazy bitch yet. She got some major juice for taking out Snaps and Pop, but that made us more so feel relieved than thinking, oh, she's nuts. You know what I'm saying? It was Snaps and Pop deserved it. I think she got to do something to somebody that didn't necessarily deserve it in order to get that crazy bitch time.
Could be her killing Aisha, bro.
She could. But okay, so let's look at Aisha. If she did kill Aisha, what would be her motive for doing so? I would suspect Aisha would have to come back around her. But I think the only way she could potentially kill her is Aisha says the wrong thing. And even with that, in order for it to travel,
Or she ends up talking with the police again, or the police talking to her.
uh, talking with the police about what?
Snap and Pop, or even Marvin.
She don't know.
Garcia had already told Aisha and her parents that she was in dangerous company.
Yeah, but she don't know Snaps and Pop.
But she knows Jukebox.
True, but there's
She was
no
in a relationship with Jukebox. That's why he was talking to her in the first place.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I gotta bring it up again. Fuck it. The only thing right now, since the Amber is off the table, I think it's safe to say Amber is not gonna get killed. The only thing remaining that can earn her that title is killing Rock, bro. That's the
Yeah.
only thing left. And that's also the only thing, or Merkin Garcia's entire family. what Ali is saying right now. That
Killing a cop, these people didn't believe in killing cops. Killing a cop wouldn't do it.
that's what I'm saying. Killing Garcia and all them that could do it too. But I kind of think Garcia's character arc is going to be what's leaned towards her becoming a police officer more so. not her killing him. I would love for her to kill him because, like I said, I win a bet if she does. But if she kills her auntie and she does this because you killed my dad and she's evening the score, that would get her that time. I'm like, okay, she is fucking crazy. Because that she would be killing somebody that has nothing to do with it. That's a relative of her that she does love, and she has no remorse. Because a lot of folks tend to forget that Rock is the closest thing to a mom Jukebox had, even though she met her real mom. That she didn't know that lady like that. Rock raised her. It was exactly. It would be even. And that could be a reason why she forgives Kanan. But like, all right, the score is settled, and then Kanan can still be nervous around her because he's gonna be thinking in his head, "Are we actually even?" Even though she say we are, because after somebody do something like that, you gonna be like, "Man, that bitch crazy, motherfucker." And it could be a situation where he reaches out to her later on. It was a situation where he was like, "I don't know if she gonna help me or not," and then she actually decides to do it. Because keep in mind, like Marvin said, when he dies, he ain't gonna have nobody. He doesn't have nobody to help him. Jukebox was the only one left. That's why he reached out to. Yeah, exactly. That's why it would explain why he would be afraid of. Throughout the entire series of Power, is nobody that it seemed like Kanan was noticeably afraid of, except Jukebox. So somebody said Juke gonna kill Rock, Kanan gonna pretend to be cool with it, but never gonna tell her he killed Mark. But here's the situation with this what's his Simone. Why would why would Jukebox why would Jukebox kill Rock if she doesn't think Kanan did it? She doesn't have a reason to. She's not gonna just kill her out the blue. Yeah, because her and Scooby Doo would be better than killing them. That's like taking away his Scooby snacks and saying he never can get it back. You said, why would Kanan be scared of Juke for killing Rock when he killed Marvin and Lou? Okay, so it's how she did it and why she. I think it's going to be how and why she did it, where the answer will lie. Because it could be a situation. Because here's something interesting that I thought about. If you can remember, go back to OG Power episode 406 when she was holding Tariq hostage. When she had Ghost, when Ghost and them, tried to play her and she found out what was going on, she said to Tariq, the question is, should your son watch you die or the other way around? And then that's when she started going on them little crazy rants. And Kanan was trying to get her attention, and she wasn't listening to him. It kind of seemed to me as if that's something that she's done before. She may have had Kanan hostage, perhaps. And she was talking to Rock this first time around. Like, you choose, you or him. And of course, Rock is going to choose Kanan. So she smirks murks Rock right in front of Kanan. And she bleeds out and die right in front of him. That will haunt you for the rest of your fucking life if you see something like that.
But all of this is still contingent on her finding out Kanan killed
Sure.
Mark.
Yes, if she finds out. Now, you other ugly ass niggas that's stealing content, don't y'all go make no damn video. I'm making that shit tonight. Don't y'all glad do it. If I see that shit, that we already know y'all look ugly ass stole it. What puts them in what position? we already talked about that. Why nobody mentioned Crystal? That I have no idea, bro. Everybody said fuck Crystal. Crystal gets no love, and she was innocent.
So after Rob snitch on the mafia, then Juke gonna kill her.
I could see something like that. She's thinking she gonna get out of there scot free, and then nope. And who knows? She could end up snitching on. Cause think about this. I don't know. Cause that's just one situation. I still think it's a great possibility Rock could survive this entire thing. Just letting y'all know that. I'm just putting out other scenarios. I'm gonna wait on a little more exclusive photos and shit before I make my final pick on what I'm going with. But I still think it's a great possibility she leaves town too. Because I said this in my oh shit, that's not out yet. But I said it in my trailer breakdown. Y'all remember the you remember the video of alleged final scene of Rock, and they showed her looking like she's getting into a cab about to leave. Now I didn't go looking for it because I didn't feel like digging for it too much. But if somebody knows exactly where it's at and you want to send it to me, that'd be greatly appreciated. But that scene there, because a lot of people believe, that it was said like this was like 2 years ago that was Rock's final scene. She's gonna leave town. So that could very well be the case. I can't get past that. But it could also be a scenario where she leaves and has to come back to save Kanan. Let's say she leaves, Jukebox later finds out it's Kanan who killed her dad. She got this motherfucker tied up in her house. She calls Rock. Rock comes back to protect Kanan because she knows she's gonna do that. Keep in mind that it's titled Unconditional Love. She come back for Kanan to be the ultimate sacrifice for him, and she lets Kanan go because Rock took the bullet for him. Then Jukebot leaves town. What's up, Demarcus? He said, "I wonder if Pastor Evans know that Kanan eliminated Marvin and tell Rock." I don't think he does, but you need to get out of here with that Tremont shit. Hey, Demarcus, another side bet. Bet me right now that Tremont gonna kill Rock. I'll bet you another 100 on that right fucking now that shit ain't happening.
But it's plausible though.
Nah, that ain't happening. I
Well,
told y'all
if we've learned one thing this season, anything is possible.
what the Tremont's whole purpose of coming back to the show is to be introduced as the next connect. That's all he's here for. Yep. Thank you, Ali. That's exactly the scene I was talking about. But yeah, so yeah, he's in Origins, right? Because he's going to be the connect. Because the mafia is going to go to jail. Hafiz might get killed by Rock. I'm still not going directly away from that yet. So Rock probably, because keep in mind, Rock is taking some people out next episode. Hafiz will probably be one. So therefore, Kanan and Breeze won't have a connection. They will have to find a new one. And the new one would be Tremont.
Are you gonna show the scene you're talking about?
No, I don't. She sent the photo. She said TikTok took down the actual video, so I only got a photo of it. How will Rock get past Hafiz security? Good question, but you know this power. They can write something. Gotta y'all gotta give me a little minute to create a storyline. I'll figure it out. Don't forget Unique is coming back. What if they convince Jukebox that Unique killed Mark and then she takes him out? I think that'll be hard for them to convince that to her.
And Unique ain't coming back, man.
I think he's coming back in Origins,
Oh yeah.
not in Raising Kanan, but I do think he's coming back in Origins. And also, I'm gonna go ahead.
10 years later.
Yeah, probably a little before that. Like I told you, they doing flashbacks. But here's something I was gonna make I'm still going to make a video on this. But I'll go ahead and say it on the live. Y'all got a lot of people has been asking me who bought Rock's shopping center, who bought the mall. I think it's Unique. Think about it.
Why would he set her up for a money laundering scheme?
To get her out of the fucking way.
Out of the way of what?
Rock was on Rock. You said what? He wants to come back. That's why. And he's not going to be able to come back unless he gets rid of everybody that's there. Because it's too dangerous for him right now. So if he gets Rock out of the way, and then he finds a way, because think about it, Stefano and Pino and all of them are connected to Rock. When they was talking to Rock last episode about this, who was all involved? Pino, Stefano, Rock. If all of them goes to jail, that's eliminating all the people that's dominating Queens right now. That gives Unique a clean slate to come back. Keep in mind, who else is in Origins, people? Teresa. Teresa will be his connect. He comes back. Why else do you think Rock went to look for Unique at Vanessa's house? Because it was Unique who did it, people. Yeah, I ain't gotta believe me, but when it turned out right, go ahead and point it to another one. Like, damn, that nigga nailed another.
A terrorism task force. You hear me?
Yeah, I was thinking you was gonna say something else.
A terrorism task force. Now this would have took place before 9/11, which was in 2001. That's when a whole lot of terrorism talk started. I wondered about that because I would have thought an Afghan would have been a perfect suspect for a terrorism operation. But this would have been before all that mess with Afghanistan.
Unique's not a snitch. That is true. But I've seen a couple of situations where people don't be a snitch, but they don't mind somebody else snitching. Nothing has indicated that Unique himself has snitched. They said that the broker was the one snitching, not the person that bought the damn shopping mall.
We saw the broker.
Yeah, I know.
That's who she's gonna kill.
I agree with you. That's who she's gonna kill. So it's possible that Unique got the broker to snitch, but he didn't do it himself directly. It's a couple of shows that does this. People that's known to not snitch, but they'll be okay with somebody else doing it, as long as they not doing it directly.
Well, I'm just gonna say it sounds kind of far fetched, but one of my questions was, what was the point of going to Vanessa's mother's house, other than to show how that Raquel's desperation to find a connection, so she would go to her two enemies, Tremont and Unique. But it seemed like she didn't know Unique had actually left New York.
She did know. She talked about it. She talked about it with Marvin on episode 3. She knew that nigga was
He had
gone.
left New York. He was just gone.
She said he's gone and he's not coming back. He moved on. That's what you need to do, Marvin. Move the fuck on. That's what she said. So this is my thing. She also was saying it wasn't unique. It almost as if she's in contact with them still. Almost as if. I remember some people said that, but I don't think that's the case. But I think she knows his moves so well that she knew who it was. Like I said, Tremont makes what you said, the Tremont part, that makes sense. She's desperate. But she, according to what she knows, Unique doesn't have anything. So why would she be looking for him? Unique doesn't have a plug. Unique doesn't have any people there. He doesn't have anything that can help her with what she's dealing with. Why else would he be wanting to find Unique unless he was the one that was behind the shopping mall? Keep in mind, she went to Panessa's mom's house shortly after figuring out the information. Captain Baptiste bought the plaza. Why would he buy it?
But why go to her mama's house if she all in contact with Unique and know what he doing and all of that? Why go to the mama's house?
No, I don't think she's in contact.
I thought
I
that's what
said
you just said.
no. I said people have said that they think he was in contact. I don't think so. I just think she knew his moves of how he moved, so that would let her know that it was him. It's very similar to the Juliana situation in season 2. She knew who it was because she knew how that nigga moved. I just think y'all don't find it weird for her to go to Pernessa's mom's house out the blue like that.
It's very weird. That's what I said. That was my question. What does it mean that Rock went to Vanessa's mother's
Because
house?
she thinks Unique is behind that plaza. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's the plaza piece that I don't get. That is the
Unique
plaza
bought
piece.
that shit to set that up to send Rock to jail and to send Little Linguini and the rest of them to jail. That way is an open field for him to walk in and take over.
Now I can see the Teresa Baselli. I've been asking about her all season.
Exactly. Why else are they
And,
bringing her back?
and
Think about it.
how she was connected to Unique.
Uh-huh. So, and here's another thing to try to let y'all to tell y'all even more. Think about this. Um, we know there's going to be a Trenton beef that's going to break out. Where is that located? That's the Jersey people. Unique got a connection with the Jersey people, and then so happened that Teresa is going to be in Origins. All of that shit is connected. So Unique is going to be the person in Jersey with his connect. Tremont is going to be Breeze and Kanan's connect. And it wouldn't surprise me in Origins if we see a big war between Unique and his people, Ghost, Tommy, and Kanan and Breeze versus them.
So what's going to happen with Hafiz? Because Breeze
He's going to get killed.
he's getting supplied by Hafiz, right?
I think Rock is going to kill Breeze. Kill Hafiz. I haven't figured out how she's going to get past his security, but I think she's going to get him. That's why Tremont is going to become the top dog. Oh, this is definitely going to be a video too.
Let's just talk about the Rico.
So the Rico, we know that the Rico took place in '93. That's how we know that that's getting ready to happen. They're in '93.
Okay.
And we know multiple mobsters went down. We know this information from season 4 of the original Power, when Joe Proctor was talking about.
And isn't that what had Tommy's daddy locked up?
Yeah. Yeah. So wouldn't be surprising if he gets seen maybe this last episode. Maybe they'll show him, maybe they won't. But I would suspect all of them are getting locked up this coming episode. Tony Teresi was one of them. Yes. Okay. Um. So I got Hafiz dying. Stefano Pino gets arrested along with the rest of them motherfuckers. Mobsters. That that damn broker, he's getting killed. Rock herself might be getting killed. um, and then they do a quick time jump, introduce Ghost and Tommy in the episode. Rock will eliminate Pino. Uh, I mean, I won't say it's not gonna happen, but I would suspect he's gonna get locked.
Now it's two different cases going on because you had the folks that talking about this terrorism task force that was concerned with the mall, but
Uh,
Tanner's case is the RICO about the Italians, right?
yes,
And Rock's deal could help both their cases, but Tanner is offering her the deal.
right.
Yeah, I think she gonna get him up.
Stefano will use Rock to set up Pino. That'd be a crazy twist. But why would Rock work with him to take out Pino when she has more beef with him than she does Pino? All Pino did was just cut her loose. He Stefano is the reason Pino cut him out loose. Her loose.
Interesting. It's interesting to think that, but it does raise a suspicion when you see that scene with her and Stefano talking again. I feel like
Sure.
Stefano wouldn't want to have words with her in that moment. I feel like he should be wanting to kill her in that moment, regardless of it being daytime or whatever fucking time of the day it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh-huh. So something got to be in place that's preventing that.
yeah,
Question is, what is it?
Yes, he told Pino, let me take care of it.
yeah. Told Hafiz that shit too.
Carlita, I respect your opinion, but in my opinion, respectfully, that doesn't make sense. Because yes, Marvin, she did mention Unique when she was talking to Marvin, but going to check to see if he's actually still gone don't really make sense. You're gonna have to give me a little bit more to connect the dots of why that makes sense.
Her going to Unique's mom's house. That I mean, not Unique's mom, but Pernessa's mom's house. That shit didn't make sense because I'm like, my girl, like you real deal. You just lied on this nigga. Like, and he figured that shit out before he left. Like, why do you think he would want to help you in this moment at all? Like,
But this is the thing. I don't think she looking for it because what help could he provide her outside of that potential Rico case? Or it could be,
shit, just another nigga with a gun. I mean, a nigga that know, you know what I'm saying? Like, even in that slightest bit of help.
That is crazy though, but you can't be looking at shit though. Yeah. I'm kind of rocking with y'all a little bit with that. Cause Rock is losing it. That bitch desperate.
Yeah. She need anybody that can hold a pistol with her, nigga.
She like, man, god damn. When she find out Marvin gone, she like, god damn, I'm gonna have to go dig up DEFCON. Shit. But now
She,
for real, yeah, she you know, I think somebody else said this, and I had thoughts about it too. That Rock's end game could be that bitch in the crazy house because she lose her mind after they did that.
you know what, bro? It would seem so like it would seem like it would be something like that. Because even with the situation with her talking to the I guess the counselor or the psychologist, whoever that was, uh I don't know. It could set something up to be like that though, because I don't know what else she gonna be able to do anyways, especially if she stick around. I know everybody saying either she gonna die or jukebox or Trayvon or somebody gonna get her, but she can always be in a padded room too. So
Rock said Rock could play crazy to get out of prison.
she got mental health issues. We got to keep her locked up.
Uh, that would be kind of crazy that they kind of give her a similar to Franklin Saint kind of ending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sissy. Was Sissy's ending?
She just in there. She is in there losing her shit, thinking about her family the whole time.
Yeah.
Kanan, Kanan. She is in there just blurting that shit out of nowhere, thinking Martin is somebody else in the crazy house or something. Yeah, just do shit like that. Anyways, though, let's go ahead and move on to Fightland. Hopefully, everybody has seen it so since by now.
I just did my second watching of it today.
Yeah, I watched it again right before I came on this live. Actually.
Yeah.
So first off, what's everybody's thoughts on
I watch it again. I'm interested.
Yeah. That's
it?
how I feel.
Because I like I said, my first watch, I was very distracted. I was uploading and still doing Raising Kanan research and shit while watching it, and I missed so much shit to the point that I didn't understand certain things, and I was like, it's okay. I never thought it was bad. But I was like, I knew I was distracted, so I had to give it a full watch without distractions, and then I understood it. When I first seen that he was messing around with, what's his name, Kingsley's wife,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, nigga, you the heavyweight champion and shit like that. You could have picked anybody else. You gonna pick your promoter's wife, but then I figured out that they were lovers way back then, even before she even knew who Kingsley was. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, now that makes sense.
That's why I was confused. Is that the woman he was talking about going to LA with?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
The man's wife?
Yep.
yes. So basically, he's like, leave that nigga. We gonna go to LA, live a new life. But I think I found that to be kind of crazy because that he's a a thug and a murderer. And he's rich and connected. You really think this nigga not gonna travel to LA to get y'all? He's going to do that. Like that was kind of crazy. And then keep in mind, he was saying that he's gonna leave Kingsley's um what's that I'm looking for? Because they're the promoter. So when you're a promoter, he's part of the I'm gonna just say organization for now. he's gonna leave his organization and sign with somebody else, you know, and
he was leaving his club pretty much like his boxing club or some shit.
yeah, some or something like that.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
Because
I,
I
caught,
don't
I
think it's called
caught that
agency
part.
or something, right?
I caught that part. Yeah, he was finna sign with somebody else.
Right.
Yeah,
He was saying he's going to sign with someone else.
yeah.
So so that means he was going to continue with his boxing career. But my thing is, you took this man wife, and he helps you become the heavyweight world champion, and then you gonna fucking leave his goddamn agency or organization right after that. That nigga not gonna let that shit go without unanswered. He's gonna keep going. You're putting a target on your back and hers doing that. So to me, that never would have worked, even if the situation with them attacking him didn't happen.
So what happened to Kingsley? Where is he at? He just
He
disappeared.
went he went to hiding.
Why? I missed why. Why is he at?
Think I well that I don't know if they were specifically clear on why he went into hiding. My whole thought process of it is maybe he knew Duke was getting out, and he just wanted to kind of be clear of that shit because at that point he already knew that he was gonna know what happened or how it happened. But I think everybody else in Kingsley's camp is is acting like you know it, we don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But he knows though. He knows dude got him set up and shit to get his hands broken.
It's kind of crazy to me though. Why would he hide from his ass? I mean, that nigga just one man.
I didn't get that it was about that.
I don't know what it's about.
Because he
I
went
Yeah,
just
he
don't
he
listen.
went
that's
mid
my interpretation. That's my interpretation. I could be completely wrong. He could be hiding for a totally different reason. So I just looked at it like that because I mean, shit, man, pretty much got you locked up. Got you. He had all that shit happen to you.
because
Like,
I got the impression like the family don't even know where he is.
yeah, because they didn't really speak of him too much when dude came home from jail and stuff. Dude,
Anybody else? Because it looks like it's getting dry now. Damn, Demarcus is the only one speaking. Anybody else know something about Fightland?
I know I'd never seen anybody get killed like that with a hammer.
yeah, that was unique.
You haven't watched it? Yeah. So my first if I had to rate the episode, let's do that. Yeah, I had to rate the episode. What would you give it to? For me, I'll give it a solid seven.
That's
A
where I'm
solid,
at with it.
a solid what?
7.
That's what I was thinking. I don't see an eight.
Yeah, they ain't nothing stood out where it's like this is amazing. I guess when I guess because they're gonna take the same tactics from Power and do the cliff hanging and the build up and suspension, which that's what they did anyways. But um,
Okay, so CG, thank you for coming in. I knew you would be able to shed some light on some of this shit. So he said Kingsley's daughter, Cece, I believe her name is the one who lined up Duke to get hammered, not Kingsley.
mm, I
So,
did notice that the daughter was kind of giving him a like a crazy eye, and then when he got out of jail, he
uh,
called her he called her Cece, and she was like, "No, it's." She corrected him, like she was like, "Nah, it's." So yeah, I see what CG talking about now.
So here's the thing, though. How did she find out that he was smacked? Because the dude, when Duke was in prison, the dude that killed his brother was in the prison, and
He said Kingsley,
he said Kings. They found out that you was you know
fucking
fucking King's
Kingsley,
wife.
Kingsley's wife. Yeah,
So how did CC find out about that shit? Maybe they haven't said yet, but
yeah. The mom could have probably told her.
also Joy. So this is another thing. Joy isn't Zeke and Cece's mom. They have different moms. So I'm guessing Joy is who Kingsley ended up marrying after their mom. Cece got beef with Joy, so probably kept tabs on her and found out. Interesting.
Mm, okay.
It seems like Cece is more intelligent and fit for the job than what's the brother name again? Zeke.
Yeah, Zeke. Yeah,
And it's crazy. I mean, what did y'all think of the cliffhanger? I feel like for me it was a kind of weak cliffhanger, in my opinion. But
it was weak, but I liked it. I mean, for what it was weak though.
Remind me.
so basically, the dude that was with Z, he found out that Duke was the one that robbed them and took their product. And Duke ended up, fighting him. He killed the dude, and the dude that he was working with came in with a gun on Duke. And what's the white dude name? That's his brother, other brother, or whatever. I forgot his name.
I forgot his name.
But he pulls a gun on both of them, and they trying to explain themselves.
Okay.
Trying
Yeah,
to,
I remember that. That was the end of it. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
You said CC might be Black Claudia Flynn. I think that's a perfect way to describe it. Because I think I could see a situation where when Kingsley come back, he wants Zeke to run the operation after he's gone, and CC is going to be better fit. But he's not going to see his daughter there. So I can definitely see that angle.
Said,
Duke,
man, y'all dudes don't know nothing about
I
TV. You calling it weak? What?
Duke wearing the same jacket proved that he was new at facts. I said the same thing to mom. Like, nigga, why are you wearing the same jacket that you got shot in? That made no sense. That was stupid as fuck. And for the nigga who just said, man, y'all don't know nothing about TV, you calling it weak. Cool. Well, I'm gonna say this. I work in TV. I work in that field, so I would like to think I know something about it. But appreciate your comment.
He probably gave it a 20 on it. I gave an episode of fucking 800. I loved it.
And this is the thing. I don't think it was bad. I just think, like I said, I just wasn't a big fan of the cliffhanger.
It's uh, it's just rough around the edges. That's it, man. I mean, it's got to come in the
It's,
full circle. Like,
Because you
it's the
got to think
first.
about
It's the
this.
first episode.
It's the
yeah,
first episode. Yeah, I think it's good
exactly.
enough. It's good enough to make people continue to watch. But see what's important with TV is you got. I would say the first four episodes are very important. Like you gotta sell them on them first 4 episodes. Because if you don't, people are gonna stop watching it, and the show is gonna fly.
They already gave us a cliffhanger, so they already then stole my time from me and made me say, "All right, nigga, you got to come back next week." All right, bro.
Now, like Nemesis had me hooked from the first episode,
I agree.
even the first few scenes.
I agree. It got me. I would say, but see, this is the thing though. I will say that one thing I like about both is they both did something different. Like Nemesis, they were robbers, hitting up high stake poker games and jewelry stores and stuff like that. They were doing heights instead of the typical drug dealing
Heist, yeah.
situation. And then you got Nemesis. I mean, not Nemesis. Fightland. Although they are still drug dealers,
They
but
robbing folks.
they're also doing it, through a boxing um, organization. That kind of makes it different. Like I never seen nobody, pushing product while using a boxing. I don't even know what to call it. That's the crazy part. 'Cause I don't know enough about boxing. But
Just a boxing franchise, bro. I mean, shit, like WBC, anything like that.
Wouldn't it be just like any money laundering operation?
Yeah.
so HP Warrior, he said acting was trash from the light skinned cop dude. A couple of people are saying
I was saying that too. I didn't believe him being a cop. That you talk about the cop in Nemesis, right?
you said what?
You talk about the
Yeah,
light
yeah,
skinned cop in Nemesis, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
didn't. I didn't believe him being a cop. I didn't. I wasn't sold on that.
So I'm gonna say this because I watched it with my girl, and I said in the beginning I was on his ass too. That first episode, that opening, especially when he had that little scene where he was doing the stunts. I
Yeah.
said, yeah, that shit was weak. I definitely said it to myself. I was like, yeah, I wasn't sold on that at all. But I think throughout the episodes, it got better. But that's kind of typical on pilots. The acting be a little shaky,
Should be Tubi ish.
and then throughout the episodes, you see them building more chemistry, and it gets better.
Look at this nigga DeMarcus just being a professional contrarian. This nigga said Isaiah was giving Alonzo Harris from Training Day vibes. Nigga, what?
As Isaiah was affected by the young cop that he couldn't save or didn't save.
Mhm.
See, he was had. I always go psychological. I'm sorry. He was really experiencing PTSD from when this young cop got killed. They kept having flashbacks to it. The one that they had, what's that actor's name that was on The Wire, was playing the cop that died in flashbacks.
Okay, I can't remember. Man.
Tristan Wiles and Mac Wiles. See, that was the key to understand Isaiah, was that he was really suffering PTSD from that. So that made him obsessed with finding out, um, with finding Coltrane, or at least pinning the stuff on Coltrane. He knew what Coltrane was doing, but he had to Prove it.
DeMarcus said Nemesis episode 1 was better than Fightland.
I was just about to ask, are y'all gonna give that any validity? Because I
It
would let
was.
y'all be the
I think it
judges.
was. Yeah, definitely.
I
Yeah.
think it was too because I didn't have to rewatch episode 1 of Nemesis to understand it.
Yeah, and I respect the London UK accents, but man, that shit
Yes,
be
that's
so hard
another thing.
sometimes.
That's another. I think
Like,
that's hurting it
yeah,
because I absolutely like what the fuck that nigga say.
yeah.
I definitely was doing that. So
I
I
had to
think
put the subtitles on both times.
I put it on too, and I still was struggling. I had to fuck because the subtitles going so motherfucking fast.
I know some people are with that shit though. They can sit and watch it because I know a lot of people like Game of Thrones and the House of Dragons, and I know they talk like that in those
Yeah, but
shows.
Game of Thrones, we ain't even finna do this. Game of Thrones, I'm watching Game of Thrones with my girl right now, putting her on. That motherfucker was pulling out for the longest, talking about she ain't gonna watch it. I finally got her ass, and now she getting up. But that shit, Game of Thrones. But hey, to be fair though, with Fightland, Game of Thrones, I had to watch that shit a couple of times to really get into it too.
Yeah.
And once I did, that shit got really good. So
You know what it is, bro? I think some shows are better if they drop all the episodes at once. Just to let people just binge, just sit there and watch it all at once. Because if we just know what's about to happen, if we could sit there and watch all of Fightland and come back and talk about it, we probably would have a better perspective.
uh,
I hate the first episode blues. You gotta sit here and then you gotta wait 7 to 9 more episodes. Like, goddamn, bro.
well, like I always say, I prefer it like that because it's better for me as a content creator. But yeah, like I said, the London accents is a thing. I'll try my best to not, let it get too bad for me to the point that it's unwatchable. It's definitely not unwatchable, but
Yeah.
I do sometimes have trouble with the London accent. And HP, yeah, I'm definitely oh shit, ready for Beauty and Black next well, I forget August is it, on the 26th. More content. And then they said it's gonna be a season 4. So hey,
Yeah, see, the car, I'm kind of like it too. Drop all them shits, bro, so I can watch it at my own pace.
let's see. I hate to say this, however, Fightland should have dropped. Yeah, absolutely, made way
Yeah.
more sense. Definitely should have dropped after
Yeah,
that.
they ruining that shit for a lot of people.
It almost made me think that maybe Stars did that shit on purpose to that nigga.
Yeah. Cause they know we all gonna fucking have recency bias on Raising Kanan, bro. Like, what's the
Am
point?
I ready for All American later today? Well, it ain't it ain't Monday yet for me, but yeah, I am, bro. To see what happens with this situation with Jordan, you know, to talk. I don't know if anybody on here watch All American. It probably would be just me and you talking right now, Demarcus. But if you ask me, Jordan shouldn't even. It should be a no brainer to not take the job because why would you take the job from your cousin that you're trying to end up developing a relationship with now? You're already rich, so you don't need the job. He needs the job. And then on top of that, your wife wants to spend more time with you because she just got through coming off tour. Y'all supposed to be doing a honeymoon, and that job will prevent that. So everything leaning towards you should say no to it is that. But hey, we'll see what happens. Hey, CG, I definitely feel you on your opinion with that. I kind of feel the same. It's just not the same without Spencer, Lee, Usher. I know Coach Baker's been gone since season 5, but still, he's no longer there. No, Grace is gone. It's just different. I still think it's good, but it's not the same show that I grew to, that I loved growing, that I grew with. Totally different cast. Only people remaining is, Jordan, Coop, and Layla. Preach is still around, but he's not even a regular. Yeah, it's not Monday here. I'm in LA, so it's only 10 here.
Y'all remember Animal Kingdom?
That was is a show called Anima Kingdom, I believe. I'm familiar with it, never watched it.
Was it about animals?
Don't think it is. But I'm not with
But
it.
it was. Oh, I'm thinking about Wild Kingdom. That used to come on. That was actually about animals. That was Wild Kingdom. Okay.
Damn, he said All American is on the shy level now. And I've been hearing bad reviews about the shy.
I stuck with it to the end. It was it was a few things that didn't quite make sense.
Yeah, the shot was a letdown, bro.
Like how did Reg know where what Nook's body was?
Probably because Trig told him. I would imagine he told him.
So, PG, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. They could have let All American in glory. They pretty much covered everything that they needed to cover in season 6 of All American. They could have ended it there. Why they pushed out 2 more seasons? Maybe they just wanted to milk the cow a little bit. But the conclusion should have been season 6. Spencer made it to the NFL. He married the love of his life. It should have ended right there. And everybody would have been happy with that. But it should. Just an example of certain. What's another show that? Well, I would say The Shy is another. I never even watched The Shy. I know that that's the case. But I'm gonna ask y'all this: that watch The Shy. What season do y'all think The Shy should have been?
Hmm.
I was talking on Jay Moore's channel, and he asked, um, out of all the episodes, how many? Says about 80 something. I think it says about 84 episodes, I believe. So out of all those episodes, how many of them do you think was worth like actually saying they were like good episodes? And out of 80 episodes, I gave them like 10.
Damn,
So to answer your question, it would probably be like one season.
damn, man. I didn't expect that.
The best, the first 2 seasons was the best for sure.
Damn.
Um, certain characters I like, but see, they would kill off people off screen, like Pastor Zeke. You come back and he been killed, and we didn't see none of that or see it even coming.
I
They
didn't
would
see
do
They
stuff
three.
like that, or
they
when
didn't they let Rosalind come back and kill Alicia, and then Rosalind didn't even come back at all. Like,
That
but she
sounds
was
like garbage there. I don't know what y'all talking about, but that sounds like some garbage.
like,
Why the fuck would you do that?
yeah, it was crazy how they did everything.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't know why people don't know how to just end shows when it's time to end it.
I think that's what it was, man. It was like, and then like what I was saying too was like, bro, damn near every episode, man, had the damn scene transition shit, bro, where they just doing the drone shots of Chicago. I'm like, nigga, y'all doing this too much, man. Like it's the music transition scenes. And I'm like,
yeah,
man, like you gotta take some of that out because that's a part of the, you know what I'm saying, like of the run time of the show and shit. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. You got certain shows that go too long, and then certain shows they should have did more. Like All American, I hate to say it because I love All American, but they went too long. They should have ended in 6. Then you got Ghost that should have went longer. It ended in 4 because Ghost probably should have got 5 seasons.
you think book 3, well not book 3, but book 4 should
Oh
have
yeah,
got.
Force for sure should have gotten more seasons too. Yes,
Yeah.
Force should have gotten about 5 seasons too. The first season was kind of shaky. It wasn't terrible, but it was it's good enough for me to keep watching, but it's not great, right?
Yeah.
And then season 2 stepped it up a lot. And then season 3, you like, okay, this shit time. And then it just ended. Cause even Joseph admitted this. Joseph was like, I was looking at an interview of him not too long ago, maybe like a month or so ago, and he was saying season 1 was all right, but then when Gary Lennon stepped in, season 2 and 3, it was like, okay, yeah, now this is it. But
Yeah.
but guess what? I got to throw a shot at Takari again. Joseph Sakura, another one to the list. He said Raising Kanan was the best one. Everybody keeps saying it, bro.
do y'all really think this season lives up to the first 4?
I think it was a pretty damn good season. I think so. I got to
Yeah.
see the conclusion.
Because a lot of the first 3 seasons was really the character development. It was so much character development in the first 3 seasons. Like the last 2 seasons is like conclusion for real. When you look at it.
Because like I don't know, maybe it is good for me and a lot of people, like I said, that works in the business they really respect great writing and character development. Like I really, really love that. And probably that's the reason why my favorite shows is shows that do that really well. You don't have to have a whole lot of action for the show to be good, in my opinion. That's probably another reason why I love All America. All America's not a high action packed show, but it's very well written.
Yeah. That shit got about 8, 9 seasons too, don't it?
Who All American?
Yeah.
But like they should have ended in 6 though.
Yeah.
They kind of dragged it like y'all saying the shot did. But it's like I said, it's all about character development, great writing, great storylines, stuff like that. And Game of Thrones is like the master of that character development, but it got a lot of good action too. That's what makes it so great. But the character development on it was like excellent. So many characters that I don't think I've seen a show where they've had so many characters, but they didn't forget any of them. They actually kept up with all of the characters and gave them all a conclusion. Now, I know they got a lot of slight for how season 8 turned out. It was definitely a step down from the other seasons, but overall, it was an excellent show. So, for the power to be, you said for the power shows, I will say this, and Tyler Perry talked on this. They don't give the black shows the same budgets that they give the white shows. I got to consider that.
Shit, seemed like they threw the goddamn Brinks truck at book 2 though.
Book 2 had Book 2 was freshly. That's why I keep telling people the reason why the audience was so massive. It was riding the coattail of the original Power. See, the original Power, when it first came out, the budget was kind of small for that too. But it increased tremendously like after season 3 or 4. After 4, it started exploding because that's when Power got really big. And then season 6 budget was pretty goddamn big. So since it's the aftermath of the original Power, and they still had the actors from the original Powers, and they added in a bunch of well-known people to it, they gave them the budget.
Yeah.
Raising Kanan is, even though it's part of the Power franchise, new actors, new writers, and stuff like that, new showrunner, that was looked at to be risky. So they're not going to get the same budget. Because television is one of the biggest risks in when it comes to investors. Investors hate investing into television shows or movies because it flops the most.
Yeah. Fuck around, won't get a return on your investment.
Right. That's what they're thinking about. Sure, book 2 definitely would have made it regardless of the close. I 100% agree. Because they still was riding off the cocktail of the original Power. The clothes and shit like that didn't make the show. But I will say this. If book 2's actors was acting on book 3, you would not get the same thing.
That shit would look like a Tubi movie.
Hell, y'all seen when Manuel came up here and said what he said. He didn't give a fuck. He said he couldn't watch book 2 because it really ain't no. I know the only one that kind of gets pushed back, folks. They don't really like Mackay as an actor, but outside of him, all of the actors are really good, and I don't think he's bad. I think he's come a long way throughout the series.
He's gracefully grown into that character, man. Like it's gonna be hard to see him in other shit. Which I mean, I know he's gonna be able to do other shit, but
What was your favorite Marvin saying in Raising Kanan after 5 seasons when he beat Kanan ass? That's an easy one. That nigga beat the shit out of Kanan. But yeah, another one, Snowfall, same thing. Excellent character development, great acting. They had action and stuff like that. Like Snowfall and Raising Kanan is very simple. Obviously, bodies dropped and stuff like that, but it wasn't every show shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up, shoot. 'Em. I mean, every episode shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up. That wasn't happening every episode because that's not what makes the show. You got to be the characters need to be relatable. How realistic it is matters, like what she's saying. And the shit just needs to make sense. Like I know Snowfall kind of got some slight towards its ending as well, but I think it did make sense in my opinion. Because frankly, got the taste of being rich for so long, and to see him go to the bottom and not be able to get back to the top became a drunk. And then on top of that, it's genetic because his dad was a drunk. I knew it. I'm starting to understand a little bit more now. A little bit now. You did, did you like it though? That was one of my favorites. Lil ass Benny and his man Pretty was kind of similar to what? What is he talking about right now?
they talking about a show that something they know about, I guess.
Yeah, because I'm confused now. I'm guessing that's not for me. Book 2 has better action scenes than Raising Kanan. The everybody working for Detective Carter storyline was one of the worst I've ever seen. Whoever okayed it needs to be fired. Let me see. Did they have better action scenes? I know Force did. Force had the best action scenes. Like
I don't know.
nobody's
Fucking
Force season 3.
shit. Book two's action scenes were kind of mild. I mean, they weren't like crazy.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. It ain't no really, really great action scenes that happened in season 1. Season 2 with Mecha.
That was the mecha shit. Yeah, that was probably the most action. If you want to say it's on the better side.
Yeah, I don't even know if I could agree with that. To be honest with you, I don't know. I'm sitting there thinking. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm just saying, like, cause, well, I mean, season 4 had a lot of action.
No. I was talking about Takari's state,
Okay.
not yours. I agree. I agree with what you said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm sitting there like, bro, it ain't nothing major that stands out that I can think of.
And judging based off what we got for Raising Kanan action scenes is actually better than book twos if we want to think about it.
And then one thing's for sure, I don't no Power series, none of the Power franchise had a better stunt scene as far as fighting than Marvin beating Kanan. Nobody had one like that.
This nigga,
He's
keep
just,
going back there. That nigga keep going back to that shit, boy.
it's the truth, bro. I had never seen nothing like it. He whooped the shit out that nigga. That's why I said,
But if
bro,
if,
crazy if y'all think Kanan ain't killing that nigga. They
but if
might
I
let him get away with that.
but if I could think of like some moments like when Marvin when Marvin shot up Unique car, his bulletproof ass car, and his kid was in the car. That was pretty crazy, bro. Like that shit was in broad daylight, nigga. Uh, like, niggas was wild. Uh, shit, but the
Shit,
big.
the season 2 shootout once the mob was after them.
Oh yeah, because that shit started in Baisley, and them niggas, that shit went all the way to Rock House. What was that? A sneeze? It sound like somebody just.
Kanan taking out
I
Marv.
was blowing my nose, man. I'm muted. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my bad.
Hey, Kanan.
I was gonna say bless you if that was a sneeze, my brother. That's why I was asking.
Please tell me some action scenes you were excited about in Raising Kanan. I waited the whole series for Snaps and Pop to get smoked, and it was boring. Well, it was a sneak attack. It was it wasn't no. Um,
Yeah, bro. People getting smoked ain't always gotta be a goddamn
that's what I'd be talking about. Yeah,
a flashing gunfight. And to be perfectly honest with you, the Breeze and Marvin fight, even though it was fast, it was definitely exciting to see. I ain't gonna lie, because wasn't nobody expecting Breeze to be that wild. So
and that tells me there that you could tell by the cuts that they didn't even show them arriving at the scene that they was having budget issues.
yeah,
They did what they could do because you would definitely want to see them arriving to the scene. How did they end up in that shootout instead of just appearing? Oh, the shootout's there,
yeah.
shit like that, because they didn't have enough time to show all of that. But anyways, though, like I said, Force had the best action. That's my opinion.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
It just didn't have, some of the stuff that didn't make sense as far as the writing, and it got obviously significantly better the second and third season. I think if Force was given 2 more seasons, it could have challenged the other shows, but it only got 3 seasons. But hey, sometimes it be like that though. HP Warriors. Sometimes sometimes you be so careful about all the big dolls and stuff like that's going on. It'd be the biggest. It'd be the smallest thing, the smallest fly that get you. Look at Steve Irwin, the damn crocodile hunter. This motherfucker was with crocodiles, alligators, lions, damn near Godzilla, and got taken out by Stingray. It happened like that sometimes.
Yeah. I feel where a lot of people are like they might feel like that. I mean, I was gonna be happy however Snaps and Pop went, so it didn't bother me how they went. But sometimes that's kind of like the streets too, though. Like when people find out about shit about certain things, like you don't know who gonna make a move on it.
Yeah, a lot of times when it comes to certain shit like that, it's the ones you don't expect.
Yeah,
Get you. Like they didn't know of Jukebox. Like Pop knew who she was, but I'm pretty sure neither one of them thought she would be a threat. That's why they never bothered her.
yeah.
I think the Marvin kill overshadowed the Snap and Pop kill. Like maybe those should have been in two different episodes. But
You're absolutely right. I feel like, yeah, yeah. That should have been. Yeah, they should have done that different.
Yeah, and I agree with that as well. But I would go back to that was a budget issue. If they could have got 10 episodes, I'm pretty sure they would have put it in different episodes. Probably would have put Marvin's death in 9, Snaps and Pop would have been in 8.
Yeah, yeah. The whole season was a budget issue, man. We only getting 8 episodes.
That's why I don't be as hard on book two's last season as everybody, because I understood what it was. They did with what they could. With
Them niggas, them niggas still had 10 episodes, man.
they did have 10 episodes, yes, but they were told this was going to be the last season, the last minute. So they had to just piece some shit together to end it. So that's why I was like, I'm not going to do them like that. But I must say, I think we got to see how Raising Kanan ends. I think Force, for what they had, did a damn good job with how they ended there, because they figured out last minute too that they shit was getting, this is going to be the last season.
Yeah.
Did I like the ending? Not really, but they did the best of what they could with what they had.
I feel like they would get that pacing together though, because knowing if they would, and I get all of that shit. Like, yeah, it's all a budget issue, but I feel like they would learn from like knowing that Force was on such a short leash. You know what I'm saying? Like Force is ending so abruptly like that, that they would be able to kind of help that iron out Raising Canaan a little bit more. But I mean, I guess it didn't work out in that right. So because in my like we always say, like the last episode is like the conclusion episode of stuff. So you won't really get nothing too big. You might get more so of like a cliffhanger to build up into something else, like a new show is coming or whatever. But what's gonna happen in this episode is gonna be so, you feel me? It's gonna stand out.
I know you're not implying that Jerome's teacher a man how to squabble sing was better than Marvin beating Kanan ass. That
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't said that a couple times already.
no. And I love Snowfall. Trust me, I love me some Snowfall, but no. I mean, he just beat the man ass and just he hit him one time. The nigga fell. He just beat the hell out of him on the ground. Kanan was getting his ass whooped worse while getting a lecture. He was getting a lecture and an ass whooping. And then it made to me what makes it even better this last episode that we just saw, how he was telling Kanan how he gonna go out, how he's not gonna have anyone. If you can remember when he was beating Kanan up, he was saying, you ain't got no daddy to teach you, so I'm gonna have to put you in the ground. And it goes back to 360. It's telling you that this is the result of Canaan not having a father in his life.
I ain't gonna lie too. Whenever you get your ass whooped and you get the blick pulled out on you at the end of the ass whooping, like nigga, it's about to end right there, nigga. That's a bad ass whooping, nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
It is.
Nigga about to stand over you and end your shit, nigga. That's not a good ass whooping, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Running being unique ass is up there, but it just, you know, what makes that hit a little different is he used, I guess, because he kind of used a weapon and sucker punched him a little bit with it. But and nobody wanted that to happen to Unique. I think what made it so great with Marvin and Kanan is everybody wanted him to do that, and we
Yeah,
was all so happy that it finally happened. That's what needed to happen to Tariq, but we didn't get it. Closest thing we got for that to happen to Tariq was what show what's his name? Nuff. Nuff beat the shit out of Tariq
ah,
ass.
yeah, he beat the shit out of that man.
He was that nigga ass. Did anyone notice how in season three, when Rockin' K was at Snaps and Pop's table, it made it seem like that had the Italians, Stefano, like they was more superior than them? Well, Kanan wasn't at the table when that happened, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. It did seem like they were more superior than Snaps and Pop.
Yeah, like they could tell Stefano what to do.
Yeah, they absolutely made it seem like that was the case. And this season seemed like Stefano was treating Snaps and Pop like they was nothing, basically extorting them, saying, I want a piece of whatever y'all got. Well, I agree with y'all on that. But at the same time, it wasn't like he was extorting them. It was just courtesy. That's the game in general. If you are someone from another territory and you're trying to come and do business, set up shop in my territory, you got to answer to the boss. It's just how it works. It's just like in LA. I know y'all heard about Big U, how
Yep.
you do that shit, and in Houston you got to deal with Jay Prince and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's no different. It's the same shit.
Then you gotta check in, man.
And like just like what Style was doing when they was trying to move into Jersey. So even if they were like they ain't concerned about him, Stefano, at the same time, he's like, hey, this my I run this territory. You're gonna have to still give me my fee for conducting business. But I definitely feel what you're saying.
All I know is these niggas got us on the hook for stars, bro. It's just crazy.
I would have rather seen Kanan kill Marvin while he was getting the beat down. That would have been much more shocking. It would have been more shocking.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would have liked to seen that right in that moment.
With Origins, I'm guessing you asking, do I think Origins will surpass Book Three and Book Two? So Book Three, we'll have to see. I absolutely think it will surpass Book Two.
It already surpassed book 2 in my opinion.
It ain't started yet.
Yeah.
In Detroit, got to check in with Trick. New York, you got to check in with Tommy Egan. This nigga.
But I was saying though, bro, that they couldn't tell a story with Tariq and Braden and then not tell the story with Ghost and Tommy. Like shit would have been hella backwards. Like, hold on. This nigga just killed his pops. Like, I don't want to go into this whole little. I'm kind of glad they did end that shit in 4 seasons because I'd have been pissed. But I'm glad we're getting origins because at least we get to see the, you know what I'm saying, like how it all started. That's all I care about.
Yeah, Origins would be better than Ghost for sure.
Definitely.
It's gonna be, especially with Sasha Penn being the showrunner. It's gonna be definitely better written. The actors are gonna be better.
For me, book 2 would have been a little bit better if we had just let Ghost go instead of spending the series waiting on Ghost to pop up.
Well, I would. I'm going to strongly disagree and say Ghost is the only reason why it made it as it did as well as it.
And then the title of it was a gimmick. I mean, it had really nothing to do with Ghost.
Because if you can remember, for those of y'all that can remember when season 1 came out, a lot of people were saying they didn't even want to watch it. But the reason why they was watching it is because of the hype of is Ghost still alive? So they were able to utilize Ghost's name to keep you watching enough for you to kind of fall for the storyline and get used to the characters enough to keep watching and get used to him not being there.
The title. So you're saying the title was like clickbait?
The title was clickbait and the writing because you pay attention to the way they was writing it. They kept indicating stuff as if he's still alive.
AOHP, I feel you on that. I feel you on that too, bro. Like, I never understood why people did say that shit. Like, I get it. Like, sometimes, like, discipline, it helps, but sometimes, bro, like the wrong messenger could be putting the wrong message into somebody, bro. Like that ass whooping could make that person worse. Like, I ain't never understood that shit. Like,
Well, I think when it comes to that, and this is crazy, this is just talking about parenting, I guess. But in my opinion, at the age Kanan was at, it was a ass whooping way too late.
yeah,
That would make him, that would enrage somebody like him because he's already in the game. He already don't caught a few bodies. You beat his ass like that because Marvin didn't do anything with that fight. He absolutely hurt his ego. You like,
yeah,
man, I thought that was tough, and this nigga man had it. So that happened, and once a YN's ego has been damaged, they thinking they want to kill you. So that's another thing. Now, if you do it at a young age, give them a good whooping, and then while you give them that whooping, you explain to them, "Hey, this is why I'm giving you that," and that's not always the solution. Like a lot of the times, you need to just talk to these motherfuckers so you can know what's going on. Because whooping is not always the case. Some of
yeah.
the times, they might need that extra push. I think
Tariq didn't need a whooping. Tariq just wanted his family back. He just wanted his pops to be back with his mom and you feel me, live happily ever after. Like they would have kept accepting the little lion ass lifestyle, like of their father giving him all this shit, not wondering where it's coming from. If he just would have stayed home. They wouldn't have been taking no guns to school. They wouldn't have been you feel me? Like trying to fuck on Angela, nigga. He can fuck the whole family up.
well, Ghost never died, TK, but I feel you on that. Of course, I still got my list, nigga.
So he about to put you on that motherfucker. You know if they find out Omari Hardwick doing that, if they find out he doing the voiceovers and shit, boy, they gonna be having so many ghost theory videos. That shit gonna be back in the pipeline again. We're gonna have 800 Ghosts is Alive videos.
Can't wait to see Kanan's reaction when he realized Snaps and Pop got dropped. Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be looking stupid as shit. He gonna be looking like a dummy.
The next Power spinoff, we already know is the one that's on the way. It's gonna be Origins. They haven't even started shooting Legacy yet. Yeah, I saw the picture of Amari and Patina.
Oh yeah, just a healthy reminder, y'all. Legacy is 8 episodes in the first season.
Wonder why it is though. It's kind of crazy. Like I would suspect maybe it's
You
they
know
just
why? You
budget.
know why? Because fucking Origins is eating up probably Origins probably eating up majority of that budget, bro.
I was about to say it got to be another budget issue because I know Joseph and Michael got to be very expensive at this point,
Yeah.
and I would assume Notori is going to be in it too. She might not be a season regular, but she's probably going to be in it.
Yeah. They're gonna have to set aside some money for her.
And then who else is still around? I mean, we don't know who else they're going to put in it. I think 50 helps Amari's cause by calling out old girls to show like bullshit. You know what? I agree with you, bro. I definitely agree with you. And he could have been doing that hint to let y'all know he could return. Because if Courtney, if they can get her completely off power, then he can come back. I'm pretty sure she probably is the one that's putting up those blocks and stuff to stop him from coming. They can't get along, and it's all ego, bro. It's like insane. But and I don't know because I know she's a writer, but maybe she doesn't understand the actor's perspective.
The direction. She might have a she might have an issue with like directing it and shit. Like the reason why it
Because
is.
he said that that Amari went off on her when she was trying to give him a note.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to think about, especially a method actor. Method actors are very serious with their work, like because whatever it is that they're doing, they actually become that character. So, in Amari's case, he's in his scene. He's Ghost. He's going Ghost mode, and you trying to talk to this nigga while he's doing his scene. He basically you wasn't talking to Amari. You was talking to Ghost, and that's what Ghost would do if you was interrupting him. That's what happened, and she got in her fucking feelings.
Yeah.
8 episodes might be the new format, bro. Although Origins is 18, but
But it could be 8 episodes because Origins is 18 and then shit. They might do 18 for the second season of Origins. You never know. And if that's the case, we can't say 8 is the new format.
Do we know we're gonna get a second season?
Not yet, no. We don't.
second
Could
season
this could
for
this could this could this be the only season?
nah, it ain't gonna be the only season. There's no way. It's way too much to cover. Like I said, my opinion, I think the 18 episodes was done so that they could get Shamik Moore out of the way. That's what I think it was done. It was done like.
If you think about it, Jay, is really not that much to cover because we don't know. See, with Raising Canaan, is so many little details that we know and we're expecting.
Well, we got a lot with that with Origins because one thing I do know is Sasha Penn mentioned we're going to see why Ghost decided to set Kanan up to go to jail. So that means you have to make it to at least '05. So if they're doing flashbacks from the late '90s to '05, that's a lot of time to come.
Well, nah. Well, Jay, like if it start, well, yeah, the flashbacks, yeah, but if the show starts in 2002, we would only have to go forward like 3 more years. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's not much to cover. I mean, I mean, you could
Well, look
slow.
how long the 2 years passed for Raising Kanan. Shit.
Yeah, that's true though.
And
That's
then
true though.
and he already said that Origins is gonna go on for 5 years. He said that. I just thought about that shit.
Yeah, he did say something. I do remember him saying that. Yeah.
So yeah, it's
You mean
gonna.
5 seasons?
It don't necessarily
Or
mean 5 seasons, but he said 5 years. So that proves that it's not going to be just one season. And I've been figured that because, like I said, it's way too much to cover. You got Ghost and Tommy meeting Angela. That has to be covered. Just saying. You got Ghost and Tommy meeting themselves. You got Breeze got to get taken out. You got Ghost's father meeting them, his death. You got Julio. You got Ruiz. You got the Trent beef. You got Kanan going to jail. You got Ghost raising Sean. It's so much. Tariq and Rain and them. You got the scene where you got to show when Tasha gets pregnant with Tariq and Rain. You got the scene where Ghost and them get pulled over and she hide the gun from him. Like, bro, it's so many things that was said in Power that I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to cover.
Yeah, because I mean, and then too, like we might not get what's the over under you thinking we might actually get Jarita actually having her baby this next episode? Because
I
if that
I would say very low.
yeah, because I was gonna say if that don't happen this episode, then they definitely gonna do it in Origins. So
Oh yeah, thank you, collective. Roller, we definitely got to get the Roller storyline along with the RXKs.
oh yeah.
Whole lot to go. I mean, I'm not sure if they're gonna go as far as showing them meeting Lobos, but that's a potential. And then Jukebox, they gotta tell some of the Jukebox story. The reason why they call her the crazy bitch. There's no way they leaving that out.
Yeah, because there's no way they know she a crazy bitch now. They 12 years old. So.
Unless she kill Rock in front of them.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
But yeah, I'm just saying it's a whole lot, bro. Power covered so many shit, bro. When they talked about what happened when they were younger, that it's just a lot.
Hey Jay, I'm gonna have to drop off. I gotta get up in the morning.
That's all good. We about to go ahead and drop off too. Shit, we been
Yeah.
done with Fightland for like an hour now. At this point, we just covering chilling. There needs to be like 3 time jumps, basically. Yeah, it would have to be a lot of time jumps.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in the show. They probably gonna go 3 different. Yeah.
I'll see y'all.
All right, bro.
See you, Ronald.
Hey, I actually would be. I don't know. How would I feel about a jukebox spinoff?
Mm-hmm. I don't think we need it.
I don't think we need it either, but I wouldn't be against it. I would say probably be more a little. So I've been hearing a little buzz about people saying rocking them growing up because that would give you DEF CON storyline. Um, oh shit, where they go? DEF CON is something that starting to become very interesting because we keep hearing about it. And then, in fact, they probably will do that because why the fuck they keep mentioning DEF CON and never showed it?
DEF CON would be the likely to get which I mean it would make sense because it seemed like Snaps and Pop had much more of a story behind them, and just knowing that they were locked in for so long, bro. Like shit.
Yeah. See, the Def see if we did do that prequel, Ali, that would cover all of the things that a lot of people is curious about. It would cover
Hmm.
DEF CON, it would cover Snaps and Pop, it would cover They Father E Train, it would cover High Post, it would cover the Howard storyline, when Rock was working with Howard.
Hmm.
It would cover a lot of shit. It would cover Ronnie when he went inside, and Unique growing up. It would be interesting, I think.
Yeah. They probably wouldn't care to do it though, because I mean, a lot of those characters when we got them, they were at the peak of they, you know what I'm saying, of they rise and shit.
Yeah, it just crazy that they keep talking about DEF CON. They talked about the nigga every season, and,
Damn near, yep.
and never showed him. I like prequels as well. Prequels are good. That's why I was getting ready to watch House of Dragons, but like I said, my girl, she ain't seen Game of Thrones yet, so I was like, all right, we'll watch that shit first. Then I'm gonna go to House of Dragons. Plus High Post. Yep. See why that nigga got his ass fried.
Mm-hmm.
And we can see if Marvin actually got set up by Rock too.
Yeah.
That's something I always thought. So, so you say Game of Thrones is better than House of Dragons? Cool. Game of Thrones is a lot of shit to live up to. That show is damn good.
I gotta get into it, man.
Yeah, it's worth the watch, bro. Trust me.
Man.
I don't watch a whole bunch of. I know she say that's a clear show. I don't watch a whole lot of them, but that one there, I vouch for it heavily. That bitch was good.
Damn.
But anyways, good people, I'm about to check out. Probably make another video tonight. Then watch me some of these shows. But tomorrow or on, I'll do another one.
For sure.
All right.
Y'all be easy.